Hey everyone! So today I have for you a deck that I've been working on for the last couple days and it has been doing very well for me. So what this deck wants to do is it has an opening game plan of hard control, a lot of discard, a lot of spot removal, and a little bit of board wipes just to keep things clean and clear for you. So if you take a look at it, the opening is pretty standard to what you'll see in the meta right now. You got Cutdowns, Hopeless Nightmare, Tiny Bones Joins Up, Feed the Cycle, Bandit's Talent, Liliana, Brotherhood's End. You got a couple copies of Aquazats, you got Deadly Cover-Up, Trumpeting Carnosaur, and Vein Ripper. Now, you notice a couple different things about this deck, and the thing with this deck is you want to discard your own cards in this deck. And a lot of the times when you play Liliana of the Veil and you choose the discard option, you're not always happy about what you discard, but this deck does want you to discard a couple key cards because of a couple things. One is Coiling Rebirth, a reanimation spell, and second is Deadly Cover-Up, because you want to be able to use the collect evidence portion of Deadly Cover-Up by collecting 6 evidence, and a good way to get to that quickly, other than casting your spells and putting them in the graveyard, is discarding cards that you don't necessarily need anymore. So here's your game plan. Open up with some cheap discard, some cheap removal, and kind of set yourself up for a win. And you have the Collector's Vault also to discard cards into your graveyard. You also have... where is that? Trumpeting Carnosaur. You can discard Trumpeting Carnosaur to deal 3 damage to a creature or Planeswalker, which is great for early game removal, and will set you up for Coiling Rebirth. Now, why are we using Coiling Rebirth in a deck like this? The whole reason is because you want to use the gift a card portion. When you gift a card with Coiling Rebirth, your opponent draws a card. Sure, not the best, but you get to bring a non-legendary creature back from the graveyard with an Offspring token. So it's a 1/1 token that comes in and does the same thing that the big boy does. So in the case of Trumpeting Carnosaur, you get a 7/6 and a 1/1, and they both discover 5. That's really powerful. Also, Vein Ripper. You get a 6/5 flying ward, sacrifice a creature. Whenever a creature dies, target opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. You got 2 of those on the table. That's 2 creatures that are really difficult to deal with. And whenever your opponent loses creatures, or any creatures leave, your opponents lose life and you gain life, which is a good way to keep yourself in the game. And so when you are setting yourself up by making your opponent discard their answers and clearing their threats from the table, when you get a Vein Ripper on the table, it makes it that much harder for your opponent to deal with. Another way to get cards into your graveyard is actually Tiny Bones Joins Up. In most cases, you'll be using this one-sidedly to make your opponent discard on turn 1. But you can also target yourself and put your own cards into the graveyard if you want to. So turn 1, say for example you have a Carnosaur or a Vein Ripper in your hand, ready to be brought back by Coiling Rebirth. You play Tiny Bones Joins Up, target both your opponent and yourself, and get something good. So that is the meat and potatoes of the deck. That is what you're going to be seeing if you play this in Best of 1. However, this deck has a sideboard, because I've been playing this in Best of 3 also. And the Best of 3 sideboard contains Duress for more targeted hand removal, an extra copy of Hopeless Nightmare, actually 2 copies, so you can go up to 4 if you really need to. You don't always need to, though. Brotherhood's End, a couple more copies of Deadly Cover-Up, 3 copies of Lord Skitter for when you need to get cards out of your opponent's graveyard. Because of the fact you're going to be making them discard a lot, there's an opportunity for you to be helping your opponent if they happen to be on a reanimator strategy as well. Also, you have a couple copies of Sheldred just to help you stabilize against aggressive decks, and a couple copies of Virtue of Persistence as 1, removal, and 2, another way to get your cards back onto the table. Or steal cards from your opponent's graveyard, because they'll be discarding them. So that is the deck. It has been doing pretty well for me lately, winning very handily in Best of 1, and even so in Best of 3. So I got a handful of games for you to enjoy today. All of them are in best of 3, so I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you on the back end when we go through the post-game analysis. Okay, so we will choose to play first today. Anytime you have the option to play first, take it. Alright, we have Black Cleave Cliffs and Swamp, 2 Cut Down, a Hopeless Nightmare, Liliana the Veil, and Aggro. It looks good, I'm going to keep it. Alright, first land is the Black Cleave Cliffs into a Hopeless Nightmare. Opponent discards a card and loses 2 life. That card was Emberheart Challenger, so up against some Argo. Monastery Swift Spear. Alright, let's go and play this Swamp, and then we're going to wait for them to make a move. Because we want them to pile a bunch of stuff on their creature in order for us to 2-for-1 them with a cut down. Pass. Pass again. Okay, so they didn't do anything. Play an Emberheart Challenger. Alright, resolve that. Okay. I'm gonna cut it down. Alright, my turn. Alright, we got a land. Alright, play that land, and I'm actually gonna not play Liliana right now. I'm gonna hang on to my mana. Because I do want them to try and throw a bunch of stuff at me. I'm playing the Slicky. Okay. No problemo. Pass. Pass again. Wait for them to try and play a spell. Okay, they did not do anything. Alright, so, end turn, hit that cut down. So now they're gonna... Oh, I was expecting them to play something protective to save the creature. But they did not, so now what we're going to do is play Liliana. And force them to sacrifice their creature.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we win.
Okay. Yeah, they're going to shock Liliana. That's fine. They still lose their Swift Spear. And it puts them down to 2 cards left. They're going to play a land that comes into play tapped. Not great for them. And they go post-combat, which means they did not have anything to play, which is great for us. Alright, next, end turn. So we're going to hold up mana to channel our Trumpeting Carnosaur in case they send anything our way. If they don't send anything our way, we'll still have the mana available to use Hopeless Nightmare. They play Manifold Mouse. Looks like they're playing it with the Offspring. Okay, resolve. Pass. Okay, so it's not going to be attacking this turn, which is fine. So what I want to do is I want to use the Scry off of Hopeless Nightmare to hopefully find a land. If we can find a land, we can use Deadly Cover-Up. Okay, so we're going to Scry for 2. Okay, so neither of those are lands, but that's a Brotherhood's End. So we're going to take that. My Brotherhood's End is a slightly better variation. We won't have to waste a Deadly Cover-Up on just Manifold Mouse. Okay. So that kind of puts them in top deck mode currently, which is good for us. Okay, they Offspring another Manifold Mouse. Thankfully, the Manifold Mouse does not grant trample, or haste, I mean. Ooh, okay, so that puts us in a bad situation. Okay, we really need to draw land sometime soon. Because if we can draw land, we'll be fine. Great, Hardfire Hero. Alright, resolve. That's fine. We have the Trumpeting Carnosaur. So we can prevent some kind of nastiness this turn. But Hardfire Hero also has Summoning Sickness this turn. Do they have a way to give it an attack ability? Looks like they don't. So, pass. We're going to take a couple points of damage here. Might of the Meek. Okay, here's where we discard and kill that. Ugh. Okay, we still don't have a land. If we don't draw a land soon, we might actually lose this game. Alright, Manifold Mouse. It's gonna get double strike on the Heartfire Hero and the Manifold Mouse token. This is stressful. I really need to draw a land. Yep. Yep, you're taking a bunch of damage right now. Go to 7. Okay, and that is game. So we go to game 2 and go to our sideboard. We're going to bring in even more removal. Since a deck like that is going to empty its hand really quickly, we're not going to need a whole lot of discard. So what we'll do is we're going to bring in another Brotherhood's End and 2 Virtue of Persistence. And we're going to get rid of 3 copies of Tiny Bones Joins Up. We'll keep the Hopeless Nightmare and the Bandit's Talent. Anything else we might want to bring in? Sheldred, maybe. Nah, I think we're good like this. Yeah, we just need lots of removal. Because this is a deck that wants to kill you with creatures. Now, because we lost the first game, we get the option to choose to play first. So we just need to get a good hand with at least 3 lands and plenty of removal, and we'll be golden. Now, play first. Okay, so 2 lands. It's not that bad. We do have a Collector's Vault and 2 Brotherhood's End, so we might be able to make this work. 2 Bandit's Talent is good, but it's not the best. I tell you what, I'm not super feeling this. I'm going to mulligan. Okay. That is actually even worse. But we'll keep it because we don't want to go down to 5. So, done. Alright, first land of the game is going to be a Raucous Theater. I want to try and find a removal spell. That's not removal. Put it in the graveyard. So we need to find removal fast. Okay, that's a cut down. Perfect. Alright, let's play the other Raucous Theater. Trumpeting Carnosaur, that can stay. I'm going to play a Mountain and nothing. Okay, perfect. We'll play the Blackcleave Cliffs, and then we'll play a Bandit's Talent, make them discard a card. And they discarded a Scorching Shot. Okay, maybe they expected me to play Sheldred in this deck. Okay, I'm going to keep that 1 black mana open so that I can use Cut Down. Questing Druid. Interesting. Okay, and he revealed 2 lands. He's going to play the Questing Druid. Pass. Okay, end of turn. We're going to hit that with the Cut Down. Try and bait out a protection spell. Snakeskin Veil, that's what I thought. So that's what I was hoping for. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to discard Trumpeting Carnosaur onto the Questing Druid, get rid of it, and in hopes that we draw a land next turn so that we can use Coiling Rebirth. Okay, they play Mountain. Everheart Challenger. Okay, so we're going to take a lot of damage this turn. So they're going to try and put a bunch of stuff out. Oh, no, just 3. Okay, that works. Okay, cool. We did get a land. So we're going to go ahead and do Coiling Rebirth. We're going to gift them a card and get 2 Trumpeting Carnosaurs. And they're both going to discover for 5. Hopeless Nightmare. Perfect. That's going to come in, rip a card out of their hand, and deal 2 damage to them. Okay, they lose a land. And the other card is a Liliana the Veil. Awesome. We will take that, make them sacrifice a creature.
Those who go my way tend to regret it. Ah, one of your friends has to leave.
That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Okay. Alright, so we go back into the sideboard. Is there anything here that we might want? The Sheldred seems tempting, honestly. Would there be any reason for us to take that over anything we're already running? Honestly, no. No, I think we've got enough like recovery and enough kill in the deck that playing a Sheldred over anything else in the deck might actually be a liability. Especially now that we know that the opponent is running Scorching Shot. And you only run a card like Scorching Shot in a deck like this if you're trying to kill something with exactly 5 health. Okay, opponent goes first this time. We have a Restless Vents and a Sulphurous Springs, Hopeless Nightmare, Deadly Cover-Up, Virtue, and 2 Trumpeting Carnosaur. I think we're going to keep it. It looks good. Alright, opponent starts with the Mountain. So we will start with the Restless Vents. Because I want to have access to Virtue next turn. Ooh, they're plotting. Perfect timing, too. We're just going to play this other Sulphurous Springs. And end turn. Okay, they play Mountain. So they do not have access to green yet, which is good for us. Alright, they play Slick Shot Show Off. Emberheart Challenger. Okay. Which one's more dangerous? That's the question. Oh, that's right. Lock Dwayne is a sorcery. But you know what's great? Is I can cast this. There we go. Make them have to overextend to try and race us here. Okay, another Mountain. So they're not drawing any green, which is great for us. Manifold Mouse. Okay. With the Offspring. Okay, so let's go ahead and we are going to do Hopeless Nightmare, make them discard a card. Now, we can do Virtue Persistence or Feed the Cycle. We can't do Feed the Cycle, actually, because we don't have enough to forage. So we're going to do Virtue and do -3 on that right now. Gain a little bit of life back. Let's see what they do. Might of the Meek. Okay. +1. Drew a card in hopes of maybe drawing a green mana source. Oh, Demonic Ruckus. Okay. Alright, they're going to give it double strike. Hit for 6. Ouch. Okay, at least they didn't have anything else to put on it. Okay, this works. I'm gonna fling it. I'm just gonna shock my guy. That's fine. I would much rather you send a shock at my Planeswalker than at me. Okay, they're plotting. That's good. So, and we finally got a land. Damn, about time. Okay, I'm gonna keep this mana available right now because they're going to try and hit us next turn with the old Slick Shot. And that's where Trumpeting Carnosaur is really going to shine. Okay, Manifold Mouse again. Resolve. Okay. Pass. Okay. So they're not doing any of that. Okay, that's fine. Pass. Okay. Well, at end of turn, I'm going to activate this ability here. I'm going to scry for 2. Look for a land. That's a land. And also Bandit's Talent. Yeah. Make him discard that last card. Yeah. They'll get rid of that last card on their own. Okay, let's get the Sulphurous Springs going. And then we will Deadly Cover-Up. Actually, view the battlefield. Let me take a look at my graveyard here. Alright, yeah. Yeah. Eliminate 6. And we will get rid of any other Slick Shots. Farm's Library, Graveyard, and done. Okay. Okay, that's going to give them an opportunity to hit us pretty hard next turn. But it looks like they're storing their slick shot, which is not a bad idea. But now they're just giving us time to get ahead. Okay. Cool. We play a slick shot. Pass. Okay. I'm going to activate this. Deal 3 damage. Okay. Might of the Meek. Does not grant any toughness. Slick shot is gone. Okay, so our turn, we're going to go ahead and hit them with a Liliana Veil. Make them discard a card.
My home, and I don't appreciate it when people touch my things.
We're going to discard their green card. That's what I would probably do, honestly. I'm going to discard this extra collector. Discard a mountain. Okay. And I do have at least 3 cards in my graveyard, so I can forage if I need to. Alright. Restless Ridgeline. They finally got that green mana. Alright, end of turn. Activate the Collector's Vault. Draw a card. Discard extra Liliana. Get a treasure token. Alright. Now we're going to Trumpeting Carnosaur. Discover for 5. And that'll be it. Yep. Yep, that kind of sucked for him. He really was missing that green mana for that entire game. Very unfortunate. But it happens. Happens to us, happens to them. Okay, what do we have this time? So we have a Raucous Theater, 2 Swamps, Tiny Bones Joins Up, a Coiling Rebirth, a Deadly Cover-Up, and Brotherhood's End. So it's got plenty of removal. It's going to take me a little bit to get to it, though. So I think we'll keep it and hope for the best. I believe our opponent is going first. They play a Undercity Sewers. They surveil for 1. Alright, I'm going to play the Raucous Theater. And also surveil for 1. Sulphur Springs, I'm going to keep it there because I need the land. Fairy Dream Thief. Interesting. Okay, is this some kind of mill deck, or is it actually just fairies? I'm curious. Two Fairy Dream Thief. Okay, that's fine. So, in that case, we'll play Swamp, and then we're going to go Tiny Bones Joins Up, make them discard a card. Just them. And if they tap out again on their turn, we'll just hit them with a Brotherhood's End. They discard a Fabled Passage. Alright, we take it. Alright, so now we're going to have to dig into them and try to get a counterspell out. Alright, let's see if they're running counterspells. They're not. Or at least they don't care enough. Alright, they're going to activate one of their Fairy Dream Thieves, draw a card. Okay, play a Swamp. Into Preacher of the Schism. Alright. Pretty good card. So this may just be like Dimir mid-range, which is also fine. Okay, so we are getting into dangerous territory here. We really need to draw a land next turn. They play Gix. Alright, so they resolve that. And before they go to combat, I'm going to discard that and destroy that. That way they can't draw cards off of it. Yeah, we'll take some damage here. And I really, really need to draw land. An untapped land. It's not a land. That sucks. Alright, we'll hold for now. Really needed that to be a land. My entire hand being 5 mana. Yep. Good hit. Play Sheldred. Alright, give me that land. That was not it. That was not it. Alright, cool. Game 2. Alright, so now I know what they're playing. We are going to go into hard removal land. We'll start with 2 Virtue. The Brotherhood's End is good, but it doesn't kill creatures with 4 or more toughness. So we're going to go with just that. Actually, we're going to go down 1 Brotherhood's End and up 1 Deadly Cover-Up. They're playing almost like all creatures. It's like I didn't see a single spell on their end, so I don't think Duress is going to be that hot. Okay, so let's go ahead and drop 2 of those. And what else should we do here? I think that's gonna about do it, honestly. There's really not a whole lot that we can move around. We just need to get better removal in. And hopefully draw enough lands to cast my spells. Well, we'll find out. Alright, I will play first. Okay, that's 2 lands. Feed the Cycle, Liliana, Virtue, Brotherhood's End, Trumpet Carnosaur. Plenty of removal. I like that. So we'll keep it. Alright, Blackcleave Cliffs comes down first. One plays a Restless Reef. I will play a Raucous Theater. Swamp, keep it right there. I like it. Alright, play a Dark Slick into a Fairy Dream Thief. Surveil 1. They don't like it. Alright, my turn. I'm just going to play this Swamp into a Liliana of the Veil. I doubt they're playing Spell Pierce. Alright, -2. Make them sacrifice their creature.
It's not my fault. Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Alright, another Dark Slick Shore. Alright, my turn. I'm going to play this land and Collector's Vault. Then I'm going to go +1 on old Liliana here. And we're going to discard... I'm going to discard the Brotherhood's End, actually. Okay. End turn. See what you got. Fairy Mastermind! Oh no! Alright, let's see if they go after Liliana. They probably will. Mirax. Pass? Yeah. Yeah, I had a feeling. That's fine. Alright, she's gone.
Knew this was a waste of time.
Alright, end of turn. Activate. Draw a card on their turn. Ooh, can't discard the other Collector's Vault. Make a treasure token. Alright, let's play this other Raucous Theater. I'll keep it there, just because I need the mana right now. Let's see. Let's go ahead and use Virtue. Oh, okay. Just gonna counter that. Draw a card. Resolve, you draw a card. Okay, so now that we're there, don't really have a resurrection spell just yet, so I don't really want to discard my Trumpeting Carnosaur. I think we're just going to take some damage this turn. Pass. 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 Do your thing, come on. Alright, plays a Swamp. Into a Preacher. Okay. Leaves him 2 mana open. So end of turn, I'm gonna activate Collector's Vault. Hopefully draw into a removal spell. And discard the Raucous Theater. Alright, take my turn. Okay, let's see if you're playing a counterspell. Please don't. Just let it resolve. Come on. Hey, nice. Alright, now that you got that. I think the Preacher of the Schism is the most problematic card there. Alright, so opponent's hand is garbage. That's great. So let's go ahead and get rid of those. And nothing else. Let's check the rest of your library while we're here. We got 3 Sheldreds, 1 more Urte, Tidebinders, Gix, Fairy Mastermind, a lot of Deep Cavern Bats. Okay, cool. Done. End turn. Right, and now that I know all that you have is just a go for the throat, that makes things a little bit easier for me. They're probably going to animate Restless Reef this turn and hit me for 4. Yep. Resolve that. Forage. Destroy that. Okay. Get rid of these from the graveyard. Submit 3. Get out of here. Alright. Unfortunately, that did kind of screw me over a little bit. I was going to play Trumpeting Carnosaur this turn, but I'd rather not take 4 damage to the face. Alright, play another Restless Reef. Alright, end of turn. Activate. Draw. Blackleaf, that's going to come in tapped. I don't want that. Okay, now the Deadly Cover-Up. Alright, let's play Trumpeting Carnosaur. Don't you dare have a counterspell. I swear if you have a counterspell, this will be the end of our relationship. Do the cycle, put it in my hand. Okay, and they're going to cast their kill spell on it. Because that's what I would do. Yep, it's gone. Alright, utilize the Fairy Dream Thief to draw a card. Alright, play another Mirrex, and another Fairy Dream Thief. Honestly, I'm surprised that they're not utilizing their Mirrex right now. Yeah, it's fine. Come and get me, champ. 2, 3, 4. Okay, cool. At least they didn't get rid of one of my resurrection spells. This will do, though. Alright, let's go Liliana. Make them sacrifice a creature.
Enough with the mysteries.
They'll sacrifice the Fairy Dream Thief and likely come at me next turn with their land again. And I'll just keep this, feed the cycle available. Hey, relax, boys. Relax. Everything's okay. Okay, plays a land. It's an underground river. We have 2 cards remaining in hand. Okay, they activate the Fairy Dream Thief to try and draw something cool. Take 1 damage in the process. Pass. Okay, end of turn, I'll activate the Collector's Vault. Draw a card, discard that card. Okay, that makes me a treasure token. Ooh, and we have a Restless Vents. Okay, so we can play Aquazotz this turn, but if we tap out to do that, it's going to really kick us in the ass. So let's go ahead and do +1. Each player discards a card. I will discard this Cut Down, because I want to keep the Feed the Cycle for when they try to crack us back with the Restless Reef. They discard an Underground River. Very cool. Okay, and I think I'm just going to pass the turn. End turn. There you go. Use the Mirrex. There you go. Pass. Okay, they're going after Lily. Interesting choice.
You chose
Alright,
the wrong
Lily goes to
day
1.
cross me.
Alright, end of turn. Activate the Collector's Vault again. Draw, and also discard the Restless Fence. I don't need more than one of those in play. My turn. Draw. Okay. Let's see here. Let's go ahead. And we're just going to cast this openly and see if they do anything about it. Because one thing we don't want to do right now is just tap out. Let's see here. Go +1. Should probably discard the card. I think I'm going to discard this Deadly Cover-Up. Okay. You got 2 cards left in hand. One of them is bound to be a counterspell, because he did have one more Urte in his deck. But he did have only one Urte, though. I didn't really see any other counterspells. So, I think we're safe. Unless he got really lucky with that draw. Okay, Aquaslots comes in. You could have removal for it, though. That's totally fine. Okay, no, he just activates a Mirrex token. Okay. So he's probably going to come at me with 2 Mirrex tokens and the Restless Reef in an effort to get rid of Liliana, which I'm honestly fine with. Do I have any creatures in my yard? I got Carnosaurs. I do have Carnosaurs. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm totally fine with that. You want to mill some cards for me? That'd actually be pretty helpful. Ah, yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm going to block that. Gain some life. Cool.
This isn't how things were supposed to go.
Alright, they got 3 mana left over. They're probably not going to do anything with it. They can play Fairy. Oh, they got a hidden Fabled Passage. Okay, cool. Alright, they go give themselves an island. This land is Island. Alright, next. I'm going to attack with Aquaslots. And what are you going to do? Alright, they discarded a Spell Stutter. Okay, so I didn't know that was in there. But that's okay. That's quite alright. Okay, so we go to combat. There you go. Pop them. Gain some life. I'm going to play this other Liliana. See if they try to react in any way. They have exactly enough to play Urte. But they did not. Which is good.
Happy to help.
So I'm going to do -2. Make them get rid of their last token. And then win the turn.
Have you ever heard of personal space?
Activate. That's fine. Let's see what they do. Pass. Alright. Activate the Restless Fence. Becomes a creature. And then we'll use that as a blocker. Provided they don't have removal for it. If they do have removal for it, that'll actually set us back a turn. And they don't. Awesome. They probably didn't see that coming. Alright. So next, we're going to attack for 4 in the air. Get rid of one of their cards. They play Fairy Mastermind. Okay. Resolve. Comes in. Kill it. Okay. He's gonna force a draw. I'm okay with that, because I get a draw too. Resolve. Alright, it's out of there. Okay, now discard a card. Okay, you discarded a Disdainful Stroke. That's fine. Alright. Go to combat. Cool. Alright. Discard another card. I will discard Sulphurous Springs.
Don't overthink things.
I discard a Sheoldred. That's a great thing to discard. I like that. You're down to 2 cards in hand. A Restless Reef. A couple Mirex. I'm curious to see what they do. Pass? Okay, my turn. Not going to activate the vents that time. Jeez, I have 4106. That's funny. Okay. Let's go ahead and attack with the Aquasots again. We just keep them pinned down on cards, then we'll be good. Okay, so he wants to counter the Aquasot's trigger. That's fine. We're still gonna swing in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. See. Resolve. Okay, the extra. Okay. You're gonna block with both creatures? I'm okay with that. Oh no, he's just gonna take the damage. Okay. Then in that case, we're gonna go -2. Sacrifice a creature.
Sorry, I'm not interested. I've always hated crowds.
I would imagine you'd want to keep a Fairy Mastermind. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright, pass. Pass, take the 2. No big deal. Alright, end of turn, activate. Yeah. About time I found you. Jesus Christ. Right. Next, we're gonna attack. Okay, he's trying to find an answer. That's great. Okay, we're going to attack. Make you discard a card. Okay, he's gonna Tidebinder again. Get out of here. Alright, play that Sulphurous Springs. Then we're gonna Coiling Rebirth for a Trumpeting Carnosaur. Autopay. Get the boys. Alright, yeah, Coiling Rebirth, hell yeah. Let's do it like this though. Get another Trumpeting Carnosaur. I don't want them to draw too many cards. Ooh. Hopeless Nightmare. That's game, boy. That is game. That was satisfying. Okay. So, now that we know that they've changed the game plan a little bit to have a little bit more creatures, or a little bit more spells, we could bring in some duress. But honestly, I don't really think it's that necessary. And we've got enough discard as is. I mean, we honestly just didn't draw into a lot of it. I mean, Liliana was the most impactful discard the entire game. So I think I'm gonna stick with it still. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a pretty decent deck to go in with. So let's play one more game with Ms. Panther. Okay, opponent goes first. We have Restless Vents, Swamp, and Mountain into Aquasots, Coiling Rebirth, Vein Ripper, and Trumpeting Carnosaur. All of this is endgame shit. We don't need this right now. Mulligan. Okay, that's much better. So, Cut Down, Hopeless, Bandit's Talent, and Liliana. I will keep this. Sending back the Hopeless Nightmare. Play Mirex into a Fairy Dream Thief. play Swamp. End turn. Alright, they play an Underground River into the Deep Cavern Bat. That is exactly why I kept the cut down instead of the discard spell. Because they're going to try to do this. And I'm just going to say no. You get to see what's coming, but you don't get to take my spell. Okay, take the damage. Nice. Alright, swap into Bandit's Talent. Bandit's Talent forces a discard. He discards a removal spell. Does he have another bat? Doesn't seem like it. Alright, my turn. We're going to play this mountain into a... Do we play Lily? Yeah, we'll play Lily. Make him have a counter spell. There you go. I'm totally fine with that. If he gets counter spells out of your hand, I'm totally fine. Cool. Another Fairy Dream Thief. Alright, we'll take 1 damage this turn. Ow. Alright, let's play a Raucous Theater and see what's coming up next turn. Swamp. I think we have enough lands at this point. We'll send that down river. And then I'm going to go ahead and go to level 2 on the Bandit's Talent. It keeps the mana open for removal spells. End turn. We're going to keep the Feed the Cycle open for when they inevitably get to enough mana for Restless Reef. Or we could do this right now. Just make sure you can't draw more spells. Yeah, I'm going to Forge. Get out of here. 1, 2, 3. Submit 3. I cannot be having that. That is bad news bears for me. Alright, we take 2. Alright. Let's see here. I think I'm going to play the Restless Fence. And then we are going to upgrade Bandit's Talent to level 3. Now we don't have to worry about that anymore. Just let it do its business. Fabled Passage. Alright. Crack it. Go get probably a Swamp and then play Sheldred, I assume. Take 2. Draw a card. Very cool. Okay. Let's go here. What's in my graveyard? Nothing really. Okay. Let's go ahead and activate the Restless Fence. I'm going to attack. See what they do. I'm putting them in a position where they have to react. Or they just take the 2. Because if they react, it's going to put them down to a single card left in hand. Okay, perfect. Resolve. I will decline to draw a card because you have that on the table. And now I'm also going to kill the fairy. Alright, you lose 2 life. Because you only have 1 card in hand. I like how that works. Yeah, we're going to take some damage here. Alright, I draw a card. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 6. Alright, we're going to start with Flock with Dwayne Sworn. Lock, Dwayne Scorn. Alright, goes away. Alright, then we're going to go Restless Fence. I don't want to ditch that last card in my hand, so I'm just going to attack for 2. Decline. I'm waiting to see a removal spell come out of their hand. Ah, another Fairy Mastermind. And you lose 2 life because you played the Fairy Mastermind at end of turn. Is he going to try to race now? Alright, he's coming at me for 3. Ow. Alright, draw a card. Alright, Sulphur Springs. Let's see if you have it. Show me a counterspell. There's a counterspell. Not a counterspell though, because now I'm drawing a card and he's drawing an extra card off the Fairy Mastermind, so that kind of sucks for me. Yeah. Well, that sucked. That might actually be the end of this game. But I didn't really have any other options too. Yep. Take some damage. Ow. Alright, what do we got? Land. Not good. Alright, play land. I don't have anything in my graveyard worth resurrecting. So we lose. Because even if I activate the Restless Vents to block the Urte when he comes at me, he's still going to have enough mana to activate the Restless Reef and come at me. So that, unfortunately, is game. Counterspells do kind of ruin the plan when your big spells are big. Okay, that is a bad hand. We're going to send that back. Okay, that's arguably just as bad, but we'll keep it, because we don't want to go to 5. Alright, ditch one of the 2 Trumpeting Carnosaurs. Our opponent plays a Wooded Ridgeline, so it's very likely that they are playing red-green aggro. Cut down, keep it. Fabled Passage. Okay, well they're not coming at us too fast. So let's go ahead and play this Restless Vents. Go next. They activate the Fabled Passage. Okay, end turn. Oh, they have a plane, so maybe they're Naya. Oh, no, they're like 5 color, I think. Alright, Blackleaf Cliffs. Alright, well, let's start making them discard cards. I'm gonna start with the Hopeless Nightmare. Alright, what do they discard? World Soul's Rage. Okay, I know this deck. Alright, Tiny Bones. Make them discard another one. You. And they discard a Sunfall. Okay, so this is a control deck. Yeah. Control the game as early as possible. Do the whole World Soul's Rage thing. Hit for 1 billion. Yeah, we know this deck. Alright, Banish Talent. Go and discard a card. Alright, we discarded a Lightning Helix. Interesting. Alright, let's go to level 2. Leyline Binding. Sure! Haven't seen that card played in a long time. Ancient Cornucopia. Alright. Okay, let's go and go... We're going to attack. This. Oh, you want a Lightning Helix set? Okay. Yeah. Resolve all. I'm fine with that. You're like out of cards anyways. Let's play another Restless Fence. Niv Mizzet. He's playing the Niv Mizzies. Alright. Oh, that kind of sucks. That's fine, though. End turn. We're going to take 5 next turn. That's going to suck. Oh, Niv Mizzet also works with World Soul's Rage, because it's exactly 2 colors. That's pretty nice. Pass. Pass. Okay. There's a Clifftop Lookout. Resolve all. Resolve again. Okay, gets a land. This is like 5 color, isn't it? Alright, activate. Let's draw a card. Discard a card. Submit 1. Alright. So I'm going to play this swamp and play this Carnosaur and see if we can discover into something cool. Gotta discard. Make him discard that last card. And it is... What's the card? Oh, it was another Niv-Mizzet. Cute. Don't come at me with the cliff top. Yeah, you're gonna take some damage. I really need a board wipe. Really need a board wipe. So let's see here. Let's try and get one. That wasn't it. That was not what I needed. That sucks. Yeah, so that means you win. Cool. Alright. Game 2. Alright, now I know what you're playing. Alright. So, what do we want here? I'm thinking we want a third deadly cover-up. We're going to get rid of the Brotherhood's End and give me some duress. Let's see. 1, 2. Ditch one of the tiny bones. Get 3 duress. Okay. So the duress is going to put things into the graveyard. I kind of think I want Lord Skitter as well. So let's go ahead and go down 1 here, 1 here, and... Oh, actually, what am I doing? No, it's the cut downs. The cut downs gotta go. The cut downs are useless in this matchup. 1, 2, 3. Give me the Coiling Rebirth back. Okay, so... ditch the last 2 cut downs in favor of these 2 Hopeless Nightmares back. Okay. Alright. Tons of discard. Let's go. And I will play first, because I lost the first game so unceremoniously. Play first, obviously. Ooh, not with that hand, though. Ew, get out of here. Alright, that's better. I'll keep that. I'll send the Coiling Rebirth back. Alright, Black Cleave, Duress, show me what you got. Ooh, I don't like what you got. Let's get rid of Pillage the Bog. Okay, so it definitely is an Atraxa deck. So it's a good thing we brought in extra board wipes. Alright, let's go with Hopeless Nightmare. Discard a card. Discards the Atraxa. Let's go play the Raucous Theater. Keep that land right there. We're gonna need the land. Alright. Play said land. Next. End turn. Alright, to get a forest. Pass. Alright, end turn, activate this ability. Scry 2. Deadly cover up. Yeah. Keep that in my hand. Move that to the bottom. So we're gonna need that. Alright. Play the swamp. Alright, they play a Fabled Passage. We play a Sulphurous Springs. And now, we just have the standoff of removal versus spells. Dragon. Alright. Aquasauce. Let's get that enchantment out of your hand. There you go. Play the binding. That's a good boy. Now crack the Fabled Passage. No? You don't want to crack the passage? You don't have something you'd rather have in play than that? Okay, now he's cracking the passage. For a Plains. And a Roxanne. Interesting. Alright. So, ooh, shoot, we don't have enough to do the Deadly Cover-Up. That's fine. Alright. You're up. I didn't want that to attack. Alright, crack the passage. Gonna play the Collector's Vault. Try to draw into something good. Next. End turn. We're gonna use the binding on my Collector's Vault. I don't think that'd be a good use of your mana. Okay. Activate. Dish the Mountain. Restless Fence. You like that? That's a good card. Alright, they play an island. It's gonna be a very long game. Alright, let's go ahead and just pass. If I played the Aquasats, he's just going to blow it away with another one of these right there. Alright, Surveil 1. The longer this game goes on, the worse. Pass. Activate. Draw and discard. Discard the Raucous Theater. Get another treasure token. Alright. I'm gonna keep that land there. We're pretty much just playing the wait them out game. Because I'm staring at removal. He's holding removal in his hand. We're just gonna have to wait it out. Alright, activate again. Alright. Dish that swamp. Alright, my turn. Okay. Show what you got. Sunfall and 2 more Leyline Bindings. Okay, well, get rid of one of those Leyline Bindings. We will Hopeless Nightmare you. He's probably going to discard a Lightning Helix. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected. Alright. And with that, we end the turn. So we were both just staring at each other. This is not great. Okay, plays another land, surveils. Yeah, resolve. This is not exactly an exciting game. Alright, and a turn to activate. Scry for 2. Yeah, get rid of that. Keep the Bandit's Talent, though. We like that. Alright, end turn. Alright. Okay, discards a card. I'm going to go +1. Then we will end the turn. Okay, I was kind of expecting him to waste his Leyline Binding on it. Niv Mizzet! It's Niv Mizzet. Alright, Niv Mizzet's here. You want to pillage the bog? Pass. Alright, my turn. Let's see. He has a Sunfall and a Leyline Binding in his hand, and he can't counter this, so we're going to do this right now. Deadly Cover Up. Get rid of 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Submit 6. Alright. What is more painful? Atraxa is. On his hand, graveyard, library. Is this deck only runs 1 Atraxa? Alright, how many Niv Mizzets are there? 1. There's 1 more Niv Mizzet. There's a Shanna. And World Soul's Rage. Okay, that's fine. On his hand, library, graveyard. Alright. End the search. And sure. Yeah, he's gonna get rid of my spell. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Make him discard that Sunfall. Alright. Now we're in the clear. Now we can do whatever we want to. Because he's just going to keep playing lands. And he does not have a whole lot of draw in his deck. Alright. Aquazats. Deep Cavern. Or, not Deep Cavern, just Bandit's Talent. Bye. Alright. So, now that we have a more clear picture of what's going on over there. Let's see here. So, then we're going to bring in another Deadly Cover-Up. Bring it up to a total of 4. And, actually no, I don't think that's really necessary. I think we've got enough. Let's see. Virtue Persistence could be pretty good, though. Just be another thing to force them to waste their enchantments on. So, I think we'll do is we will get rid of one Lord Skitter for a Virtue, and I want to keep all the discard. Yeah, we'll just bring one Virtue in. I think that should be plenty. Yeah, we don't need to. Alright. Last game of the match. I'm gonna finish strong. Opponent goes first. We have Tiny Bones, Feed the Cycle, Deadly Cover-Up, Vein Ripper, and a Virtue. It doesn't have the best stuff, so I'm gonna mulligan. Ooh. Mulligan again. Alright, that's better. Keep. Alright, send that back, and send that back. Keep the rest. That sucked. It's okay though. His deck is really slow. Let's open with a Blackleaf Cliffs into a Duress. Alright. Get rid of that up the Beanstalk. Alright. Let's go. Restless Vents comes in next, because I don't have anything else to play. Alright, play Fabled Passage. Alright, I'm going to play a Swamp into a Bandit's Talent. Make him discard a card. Discard a Roxanne. Go to level 2. End the turn. They play a Plains. I play a Duress. He brought in to shun his Tidebinder. That's funny. Give me that. Alright, play that. End turn. So he's got a Swamp. So he can't play Niv Mizzet just yet. Which gives us a little bit of time remaining. Alright, my turn. Alright, cool. Let's play another one of these. Alright, he's gonna operate the Fabled Passage. He gets an island. Discarding Deshaun's Tidebinder. Oh, he's gonna counter the discard, it looks like. Counter up to one target activate ability. Oh, okay. I guess he just gave up. But you know what? I'm okay with it, because you put me through hell. Okay, so we are in the postgame, and what I gotta say about this deck is this deck works. It puts in some solid work. All of like the early game discard with the Hopeless Nightmare, the Tiny Bones joins up, and the Bandit's Talent, these cards are so damn strong, especially if your opponent is unlucky and they mulligan down to 6 or forbid down to 5. Like, these cards early, even though you don't get to choose what they discard, if you like slam these back to back to back, like that could easily be game right there. And Backing that up with the cut downs and the feed the cycle and the Liliana and the Brothers and all the removals, like this deck is solid. I love this deck. This is probably a deck I'm going to be using for climbing ladder. This is a lot of fun. You did really well in our first matchup against the red-green aggro deck. Did pretty good there. It did okay against the Dimir deck. Unfortunately, we did lose that match, but again, you can't win them all, so you can't be too upset about that. The fact that it didn't just straight up fold is good, but counter spells are kind of the bane of this deck. So if you are in a counter heavy meta, maybe try something else or try to play around the counter spells. When playing around the counter spells is the best option. But when your hand is full of just like these big top end cards, it's a little difficult to play around the counter spells. So that's that. And our third game against the domain deck, that match was a slog. It was so long and forever taking. I pray you don't have a lot of domain in your future, because that deck is so boring to play against. But we did end up getting there because we basically hit them with a critical massive discard. So there's your game plan against domain. Just make them ditch all their cards. Ditch all their cards, and definitely using deadly cover-ups collect evidence to lobotomize their threats. Really, really solid option there. I really like Deadly Cover-Up. I might even consider running a couple copies of The End in our sideboard, because that is another... where's that? Where's The End? It's in 4 mana. It's another really good like lobotomize option for decks that really rely on a certain kind of card. There it is, The End. Yeah. 4 mana. It costs 2 less if you only have 5 or less life. Exile target creature or planeswalker, search its controller's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as that permanent and exile them. That player shuffles, then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. That's the best thing about this kind of effect. It basically makes them forget how to play that threat. It's really, really solid. So yeah, a couple of copies of this in the sideboard might be in the future. Depends on how many times we play against decks like Domain. But there you go. That is the deck. I really hope you enjoy it. I had a lot of fun with it. You're probably going to be seeing me playing this more in the near future. So there you go. And yeah, the deck list will be in the description box down below, so you can take it out for a spin if you like to. But yeah, there you go. If you like this and you want to see more like it, feel free to like the video, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. And y'all take care of yourselves. I'll see you next time.